Hello and welcome to Affinity. I've been tinkering for the last few days on something that's kind of bugged me, and I kept trying to improve it and so on, but it's turned into something quite useful. So where I started from, and it will do this, is if you want to find the areas in an image where one of the or more of the colours has gone all the way to the top or all the way to the bottom, so the top is often called burn, which is coming to, whatever. And what you do normally is when the develop persona here, you've got these buttons up the top, and if you click on the first one, here you see things, and when it's gone red there, it's completely white. All red, green and blue are at their maximum. You can see little highlights in the cars as well, and that's a real pain, but sometimes you can do something about it. If you click on the next one in blue here, you got places where it's completely black, where everything is zero. And if you click the third one, you get yellow, which means that one or more of the colors has maxed or out or minned out. You can see where it is. It's next to the dark or the light. It's fairly clear. So if we cancel out of that and say, can we do that? And we can with this macro, and we can do more. So to start off with, go to the link down below, and that will show you where to go to download the macro. Then to import it, we're going to go to View, Studio and Library. I'm going to bring it into here. And so for this, we'll go to the little hamburger up here along the library, say Import Macros, and your downloaded macro set should look like this. So just double click on that, and that brings it in here. Now what we've got here is two macros, and it's mostly about the first one, but then I thought let's do the second one as well because it's kind of useful. So when we click on the first one, nothing appears on the picture, and that's because you need to bring in this layer here. This layer here, by the way, is completely non-destructive, which means you can delete it at any time and it won't change your picture. Double click it, and what you get is a procedural texture thing with a whole bunch of formulae in here, which took ages to figure out, and if you want to unpick them, you're more than welcome. But the bottom line is down here, and this is in the first one here. It says show lights. 1 is yes, 0 is no. And if I click that upwards to 1, and then what I see here is exactly the same areas I showed before. What it does is it shows this here by inverting the colours which are there. So where it was white, it's now black to make it stand out. And where it's yellow, then the inverse of yellow is blue. And so that means the blue has hit the end stop on that. Because when you get those things, you get colours which are, 255, then 3 and 6 or something. But if you try to shift it and one's at the end stop, you squeeze the others up against it and you change the ratio of colours, which means you change the overall colour. What I've done as well with this is giving you sliding control. So I can actually move this up and down and select, and so you can see where those other areas are happening. As you move this down, eventually it sort of like becomes kind of useless, but you can see where that is, which means that little pip there above that, anything which is light above that, is shown here as being inverted from the original picture. So let's just turn that off, turn on the other one, and here's the blacks. So this starts off, because the dark limit down is 0, this shows the areas which are either completely black, which are shown here as white, or things like red here, which shows actually where the reds are affected there. So you can then see where that is, and again, if I stretch this again, you can see where this is kind of going out beyond here. So you can look further out and say what is near black and what is near white, which means if you're going to play around with the colors and say increase the saturation, you're going to tip them over the edge in that area. So overall then I thought it would be kind of useful if I could turn this into like a mask. So let's do this with the lights, and I'll stretch this out here until it's kind of selected everything around here. which is, guess what, it's the sky. And so now, if I go from here and click on Burn Checker to Mask, click on that one, and nothing much seemed to happen except there's a mask appeared at the bottom. If I Alt click on that, it turns all those selected areas into black and white. So look, I've made myself a sky selector. I could paint these out here with a paintbrush, that's easy enough. Or I can do things like attach it to a some kind of adjustment. So what I'll do is I'll go select and deselect all layers, deliberate to force when I say adjustments and curves, makes that go to the top because it's got nowhere else to go. Just drag the mask up to that. And then when I adjust things, first of all I need to turn the burn checker layer off. There we go, there's the original one. And now if I adjust this now, that mask now is masking just the sky. I could blur it as well to soften the edges, but you can see the effect immediately. So I've got myself a kind of selection tool as well as a burn checker. Anyway, that's it. Hope that was useful, and thank you very much for watching.